Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the Deep Space Carrier series here in Elite Dangerous. We are continuing our journey towards Colonia on our maiden voyage with our fleet carrier. So chose that as our first destination because it seemed like an easy place to go with some safety margin built into it. In the last episode, we did find a tritium hotspot that we can go to when we bring our fleet carrier into this area that we're at now. And we found this planet that we're on right now that has 7 different biological sources on. Oh, that's right, we left the planet because I was having some irritation issues. 7 different biological sources on it. So this is actually kind of cool. I don't know what this is. I don't recall having seen it before. Fungoida stabitus. Stabitus. Fungoida stabitus, or stabitus, or stabitus. I think it's stabitus. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So we found a highly diverse rocky planet with a bunch of biology on it. We're going to go try to find as much of that as we can, and then we're going to start the trek back to the fleet carrier. For those of you who are before you go down in the comments section, I'm aware that I can move my fleet carrier from anywhere in the galaxy. We don't have to go back to it, but because we're doing a weekly carrier reposition every week on Sundays at 6 p.m., I like to be on the carrier so that anybody who decides to show up for that, we can all hang out together on the carrier while we're moving it. So that's the plan. Additionally, I have been recently talking about maybe trying to make those live streams a bit more interesting with some, I don't know, some activities that we can participate in. So maybe some kind of like a racing thing or something. I don't know. We can come up with some kind of activity to do. Let me see here. I'm trying to... Are these... No, that's a plant. I haven't seen any more of the tall, pokey ones. Oh, there we go, right here. So it looks like a lot of what we're trying to find is going to be right here. I gotta put my butt to the whatever it is that we're going towards, because we exit the ship from the back here. Just trying to come up with some activities that we can do to encourage people to actually like show up in game and actually come and participate rather than just sitting there and watching me talk for an hour. Because I'm generally trying to do about 3 jumps per reposition. And, you know, I want to give people a chance to kind of hang out. I have enough viewers and I have enough regular viewers that I just, you know, I want to give you guys a chance to interact in real time with me instead of just only getting videos. So that's kind of the point behind all of that. And if we can turn it into something where it's not just, you know, you guys chatting with me, but we can actually maybe do something, whether it's, you know, maybe just racing around the carrier or doing some canyon racing on like a planet like this. I mean, this would be kind of cool to do some racing on. You know, something like that. I think it would make the entire experience a little bit more interesting. So hopefully these are far enough away from whatever else we've scanned that this will count. So hopefully this will count. We'll be able to finish this. There was some tussock nearby, or tussock. It might have been Frutexa. I don't remember. There's 7 different things on this planet, so I don't remember what they all were. But we'll try to grab as much as we can right around here. I did see some grass, so we'll look around for the grass and start trying to grab as much of that as we can. I know there was concha. The whole reason we came over here is because I had concha set up as the filter that we were looking for. So finding the fungoida there, I think that was fungoida, right? Finding that fungoida was just happenstance. So here's the grass that we're going to be doing. It's probably Frutexa because the tussock is usually in flatter, like more plains-like areas. So it's a good chance that this might actually be Frutexa. Tussock caputus. So I'm pretty sure we haven't seen this before either. So 2 different species on the same planet that we haven't seen before. This was actually a really great find. This is the stuff that we do. This is what we do exploration for, is finding interesting, different looking stuff like this. It kind of, on the one hand, it kind of sucks that it takes so long to find things, but at the same time, the fact that it takes so... Oh, there's the concha that we're looking for. The fact that it takes so long makes it that much more exciting once you find it. So, because if we were finding all this stuff all the time, it wouldn't be fun anymore. It wouldn't be interesting anymore. Ooh, it's the same. It's not the same stuff, right? Okay, or it is the same stuff, right? It wouldn't be as interesting anymore. So while it sucks, and while I hate going for long periods of time being bored out of my mind, when we do find something cool and interesting that we haven't seen before, it's all the more interesting because, oh, hey, we finally found something cool. So, while I'm not a big fan of grind, there is a certain amount of value in it. Which is why I would never advocate removing all grind from any game because, you know, there has to be a certain amount of digging through the sludge so that the valuable stuff you find is actually valuable. Kind of a crappy way that it works, but it is the way that it works. You know, I'm fairly demanding in the way I expect games to be, but at the same time, you know, you have to have a little bit of realistic expectations. The world works in a certain way, and just because you don't want it to work that way doesn't mean that it doesn't work that way, and you kind of have to learn to live with it. So I will not be okay with arbitrary decisions that are put in just because. There's a lot of things in this game that are like that, but there does need to be a certain amount of grind so that the cool things that you do find are actually feel like they're worth something because you put the time and effort into actually finding them. So I don't agree with the arbitrary decision of making things hard to find on the ground from your ship. That's an arbitrary decision that was made solely for the purpose of trying to make the SRV useful. That's a bad decision. But making interesting things rare. Making interesting things rare is not an arbitrary decision because, you know, rare things are more valuable. Well, maybe it wasn't Concha. Maybe we haven't seen any Concha. I thought I did though. I thought we did see like one because I saw some circular things with some star-shaped stalks sticking out of it. So I don't remember where I saw that though. But maybe this is all I saw. Maybe I just thought I saw some Concha. But the thing is that this area was marked as a high Concha area. So here we go. I think this is what we're looking for. Yes, okay. That is our Concha. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's no reason why my ship shouldn't be able to just highlight those things and then mark them as what they are. Hey, this is what this is. And hey, you haven't scanned this yet. So hey, why don't you come land over here and scan it? But because they have SRVs that they made and because they want to force you into using them. But even then, I haven't been able to figure out how to use the SRV to find biological signatures anyways. And then those biological signatures aren't going to filter out things that you've already scanned. So it's like still coming. There are some quality of life and making things more efficient, making more efficient use of our time that I think really should be implemented. I have a bad feeling that the Concha here is going to be mostly down in these areas here. Yep. So we may find more along the ridges here, but it seems like it's primarily in the little canyons here. So if we find any more, it's going to be because we were lucky and some of them spawned up on the ledge at the edge of the canyon. But I don't... Oh, nope, there we go. Another one here. I don't know if this little spot here is going to let us land, but we will try. All right, cool. Let me land. There we go. Sometimes it gets really finicky like that. Yet another thing that they could easily implement if they wanted to would be this pillar of light could just as easily appear on the ground with your ship hovering up in the air. You know, so the arbitrary decision to force us to land when we could easily use some kind of like a rappelling cable system to get down to the surface would allow us to get to these hard to reach areas without having to use the SRV or without having to go on foot for a long distance. But they have the arbitrary decision of wanting to force you into doing those things. So no, you're not going to get the convenience of being able to just hop down from your ship to go look at something. trying to get out of this. There we go. So, I know I talk about this stuff a lot, but, you know, it actually bothers me a lot. It bothers me a lot that this is the mindset of the way that they decided to make this work for no good reason. Like, I can understand if there was a logical reason behind it other than this is just how we want you to do it. This is how we've decided that you're going to do it. I strongly disagree with that mentality. Okay, I don't know. What's really frustrating is that I don't know that we're going to be able to find another one of these. That's going to be far enough away. And also... Oh, I see one. Okay, so can we get some suitable terrain to land on? I think the angle is too much, and that's why we can't land there. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. We'll run over and grab that. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm going to continue to say these things when it comes up because it bothers me. It does bother me that that's the way that it is. Overall, this is a great game. There's a reason I come back to it all the time because, you know, it's the best option out there for what I like to do. But at the same time, it has some things about it that's just, it's like sandpaper. It's like sandpaper on your skin. Just, it's irritating. All right, so we found the tussock, we found the fungoida, we found the concha. There should be some kind of bacteria. There was also, I don't know what else there was. I think we've probably found everything that we're going to find in this color here. So let's head out over to this area over here and see what else we can find. Because I have to imagine that there's going to be something else. So we'll start slowing down so I don't crash into anything, hopefully. I just saw bacteria. So we'll go ahead and start grabbing that since it's easy to find. It's kind of weird that it showed up on this super angled area. It's normally on pretty level surfaces. Excuse me. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh. I didn't think we landed that close to it. Either that or I found another one. I didn't think we landed that close to it. I felt like we ended up having to go pretty far away. Alright, so we'll grab this guy. We'll continue further in and see if we can find any other types of biology to find. Typically, even on these high biology planets, you're not going to find everything all in the same area. A lot of times you're going to have to go back out into space and then narrow your search to find the other stuff that you're looking for. So a lot of times I won't get every biological type on a planet. I'll just... Oh, that looked like it was... So what are these? That is Aleoida. Okay, so now we have the bacteria up here and we have Aleoida up here. So we'll be able to get at least 5 of these done. That's good. And the Aleoida is in a more or less desert type terrain, so that'll make it easy to spot. But again, I submit that the ship HUD should have the ability to highlight biological or highlight different things, different types of things on the ground. It should have the ability, not just biological sources, but also interactable geological sources for when you're trying to do mining stuff, so that it makes it easy to spot it from the air instead of having to go down into your SRV to go manually search for it. That's just stupid. The ship should be able to narrow the search for you, and then you hop out in your SRV to go do your mining. Let's see. There's got to be another bacteria. Here we go. There's plenty of Aleoida down here, too, so shouldn't have to search around too much for that. Cool. Cool, cool. Doesn't look like we're going to have a lot of time to head back to the carrier, but as I said in a previous episode, I will do most of that on my own time. So that way, for the live stream, we're ready to go. I think it's only like 30 jumps to get back anyway, so it shouldn't take too long for me to just speed back there. Hold on a second. Are we... Okay. Thought that was the third one, but for some reason my brain just went... Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I do know what happened there, though. I immediately forgot that we landed right next to some Alioida, and I could just turn around and go get that. Duh. The space madness is starting early. It's starting already. It's mostly because this is my 6th video of the day, because I'm trying to get all my videos out for the weekend. I get a little burnt out. That is a type of burnout that I do get, because I'm trying to maintain a consistent publishing schedule, and now that I have 3 different games that I'm playing and I'm publishing them every day, for 2 days a week I kind of have to do 6 videos instead of just 3. And that's a lot. That's a lot to do for me. I know if I was doing like live streaming, I'd be doing that amount of performance every day, but I'm not at that place in my life yet where I'm ready to do that. Okay. Got lucky that I just kind of landed like that. That was a pretty skillful landing, if I do say so myself. I would like... Oh, the stratum. The stratum. Okay. So we're going to get 6 out of 7 here, I think. I don't remember what the 7th one was, though. The stratum. I forgot about the stratum. I knew it was going to be that green poop-looking kind, but... Now I remember. And it looks like all of the Alioida kind of has some stratum located within it, so that's good. So we'll grab this last bit of Alioida, then we'll grab the stratum. We'll get 2 more of those, and then I'm pretty sure that's all we're going to find here, because I don't even remember what... I think it was probably Frutexa, but I haven't seen any, and if there was Frutexa, it was probably back over in that area there. And I don't remember seeing any, and I'm not going to go back. Like, the issue that I'm having is that it's hard from the air, it's hard to tell, or even up close, it can be hard to tell Frutexa from Tussock, depending on what kind it is. So we would waste a bunch of time trying to fly around, land, go look at it, verify what it is, instead of, you know, having our ship be able to scan it and tell us, oh, that's a type of Frutexa, or that's a type of Tussock, or that's a type of Alioida. Did it again. I did it again. I did it again. I was supposed to go scan some stratum. But the problem is that I get into like a groove where I run, I go scan, I turn around and immediately go back to... Oh, we did grab it. Wow, okay, that's my brain going... I have zero memory of actually scanning that. Okay, the grind. Sometimes the grind just kind of gets you after a while. Like I literally don't remember scanning that. I remember knowing that I needed to, but I don't remember actually. It's like when you're driving down the road after you get off work, and then all of a sudden you're home and you're like, wait a minute, I don't remember driving this. That's what that was like. I don't remember scanning that at all. So yeah. It's funny how your brain can get into a grind, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, okay, I guess we're done now. So yeah. So what we're gonna do here is we're almost at the 20-minute mark, and we're almost done scanning here. So that's kind of a good stopping point for the video. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and scan this and call it a day, and then off camera I'm gonna head back to the carrier. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button if you did, so the YouTube algorithm knows and sends the video out to more people. Subscribe to the channel to help us reach 10,000 subscribers if you haven't done that already. Join the channel as a member for access or early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. So all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Deep Space Carrier series. Be sure to come back for the next flight, and I'll see you then.